Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're coming to you live via just YouTube, and never done just YouTube before, so I'm hoping this kind of goes smoothly. Welcome to today's training. It's going to be all about mindset. So if you're on, please say hi. Let me know who's watching and stuff. Today we have it's such an amazing time in real estate. So it's really exciting to do any trainings because right now there's actually more opportunity available than there's ever been. So if real estate agents aren't in the right mindset today, it's probably, oh man, you're not taking advantage of one of the best opportunities ever. Let's just say that. So let's focus on what is the right mindset. When you first get into the business, it's so hard knowing what to expect. Everybody comes in and they're like, okay, a lot of people, honestly think it's easy money. And so they may come in thinking they might not have to do quite as much work as they may find out that they have to, other times they might actually come in and underestimate themselves. And how much does that hurt you too if you underestimate your capabilities, right? And so quick question, if anybody that is watching or somebody can help me out, is it possible in YouTube to actually share your screen inside? If somebody could help me out with that, I would much appreciate it. So anyway, as a new agent, many people may think that it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be 3 months before you make your first sale, 6 months before your first sale, 12 months before your first sale. You may be correct on all of those accounts. There's no way of knowing up front. And it really, a lot has to do, coming back to your mindset to begin with. Do you think you're going to make a ton of sales? Do you honestly think that you are the best agent? Are you honestly going out there and doing all the hard work that you really know you should? And that also comes back to mindset. When you wake up in the morning, how are you feeling? What are you trying to do? Do you have your list for the day? So that's just a brief overview of all the facets of how important mindset is. And we're going to take it way further than that. So come on, guys. Thank you for joining, and let's jump right in. If possible, somebody let me know. Can I share my screen somehow? All right. Somebody let me know, please, because I have a lot of cool stuff, and if I can actually show it to you, that would be really neat. Because, for example, right here, I have an awesome article, and it is, who is it from? The Life Optimizer. And they go through the benefits of being an optimist. 45 benefits of being an optimist. And let's see, BBC website, they also said that optimistic people live longer. But here are some of the 45 benefits of optimism. Gives you a reason for living. Reduces the level of stress experienced. Shows that it increases longevity. Enables you to handle and put your emotions in check. Having the right mindset, being optimistic promotes happiness, promotes self-respect and integrity. Let's see here. Helps you cope, battle life struggles. Forges persistence, which is an essential trait required for achieving success. I wholeheartedly agree with that one. A sense of fulfillment, a sense of satisfaction, promotes healthy living, positive anticipation for the future, level of production goes up, deal with failure and better. Let's see, more patience, proactive, improves your physiological and psychological well-being. enables you to take balanced approach to life by dealing with constant negative thoughts which spring up. Increases the likelihood of effective problem solving. Oh, here's a good one. Peace of mind. There are so many. That's just not even 20, I think, that they are giving as the benefits of being optimistic. So, those of you watching, how would you rate yourself? How is your mindset? Are you of the mindset that you can achieve, that failure is just a part of life? How is your mindset? Are you too scared to put yourself out there? And that essentially, are you too scared to live? A lot of agents, and this can be attributed to everything. I mean, to being a friend, parent, coworker, a family member. I mean, you name it. Having a good mindset enables everything. There are just millions of examples of people and their successes and how they attribute it to their mindset. There's one here, and man, I wish I could share my screen. Somebody help me out here, because I really want to. What does that do? Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, let me go ahead and share with you this next one. The power of positive thinking. Okay, so a lot of people think in the mornings, what do you do? If you haven't read Miracle Morning for real estate agents, or just the Miracle Morning in general, it actually starts right there with even the night before, laying everything out, making sure you've set yourself up the next day, right? If you wake up in the morning and have already accomplished things, you've already won in the day. Who was that general that talked about making your bed in the morning? Because it's one of the first things you could do, and one of the easiest things you could do to accomplish and have a win when you first wake up. The Miracle Morning also talks about the importance of having your morning routine in general, just to spend the time you need for yourself. Investing in your health, investing in your pretty much your state of mind as well. If you're not physically taking care of yourself, it does impact you on many levels. And if you're not mentally feeding your brain and taking care of yourself mentally, it does affect everything in your life as well, right? So making sure you start off every morning properly is huge, right? And it does wonders for your mindset. And then a lot of the next phase is to actually create a to-do list of the day. Things get missed, and be realistic. How many things can you tackle? A lot of people will, if you put 12 things on your list, right? Let's say there's 4 that are hard, and the other 8 are easy and quick. What typically gets done first, and how long does it take you to get through it? We will gladly check off, check, but then miss the other ones. So be realistic. Pick 6 or so that you can truly tackle, and jump on those, right? If you put 30 things on your list and only accomplish 10, I mean, you still accomplished 10. That's wonderful. But did you accomplish the majority of your list? Is that going to make you feel like a winner at the end of the day, right? So from starting off, making sure you get rest physically, mentally, take the time in the morning, have your to-do list, get your most important things done. That kind of comes back to your hour of power, as like Tom Ferry and a lot of people other people mention, that your peak performance, everyone has a time of peak performance. Some people are nighttime people, some people are morning, some people are afternoon. You have to know you, right? And if you know you know how to utilize your capabilities. I've tried to work out in the morning, and believe you me, I would like to be that, but I can't commit, and it's not a cop out. This is me truly accepting myself, and it's not like I'm not exercising. I just know my likelihood of exercising is way better in the evening. I'm a better 10 o'clock workout person than a 5:30 in the morning workout person. I will do it almost every single time, and I actually kind of look forward to it. It gives me something to look forward to at the end of the night. Whereas in the morning, I just wasn't up to it, and I put pressure on myself, and it wasn't putting me in a right frame of mind. So I switched it to what I knew worked for me. And guess what? Now instead in the morning, I'm doing other things that do put me in a great frame of mind. And I'm usually at my computer now, ready to go by 7:30 in the morning. That's earlier than I've ever been ready and happy to work because I figured out what's working in my life. And the goal is to help everybody figure out what works for your life. And as long as you have the key components of taking care of yourself and trying to put yourself and stack the deck in your favor for that right mindset. Okay. So now let's get more into agents. How do you get in the mindset to knock on doors? How do you get in the mindset to make a bunch of phone calls? It's not easy, right? It's one of the toughest things, but why is it that once we make our first phone call or the second phone call, then it becomes easy? But it's amazing how many things can pop up between, oh, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make phone calls. Oh, I'm thirsty. Well, you know what? I need to go do this after I make my phone calls. Oh, you know what? Dang it. Now I got to go to the bathroom. I mean, it's amazing how many things pop up right before you're going to make phone calls, right? And why is that? We know the benefits of those calls. Have you ever worked out your numbers to figure out what you make an hour or per call by doing those things that you hate? Or have you really put it in perspective that, yes, I'm going to put in, let's say over the course of this week, 10 hours of phone calls, right? Those 10 hours of phone calls, what are they going to do for my family? What are they going to do for my life, for my goals, my dreams? Right? It's not that person right now that I'm doing and that I'm focusing on. It's the bigger picture that gives me my why, that empowers me to do this, right? But even if I have the biggest passion in the world, if I don't know what I'm doing, it's going to suck. And I think for a lot of people, that's where it gets scary because you don't know what you're going to say and you haven't figured out the method. And that's where the practicing comes in. People don't want to practice, but if you can make it fun and understand why, taking pride in being awesome at doing things is one of the coolest things ever. You know, it's when you first start anything, you're excited to try, you may be a little nervous, and then you kind of do it and you're like, hey, this is kind of neat. And then that unveils a whole new world where there are professionals and there's lessons and there's methods and style and technique and everything else you could apply. And are you going to let that intimidate you and not end up running with it? Or are you going to embrace that world of opportunity and strive to get better, and eventually take pride in being that person that's out there, either like, you know, the pro golfer, the pro surfer, this pro skateboarder, you know, those people like LeBron James and that just goes out there and just dominates. In the world of real estate, luckily, it's not just this huge world where only a few people can make it. There are millions and millions of people. Just, I mean, here in Phoenix, you got what, 6 million people or so? Not literally Phoenix, but Maricopa County area. And of those, how many are going to purchase homes? Right? And this is where we can kind of twist it a little bit. If you are one of those few that will take that initiative and buckle down to really focus on how to be a great agent, how to make the best phone calls, focus on your craft so you can get rid of that fear. Oh, you can come at me with a 20, 30 different objections in one phone call, and I'll be able to handle them. When you have that confidence, you will get the listings. You will get the rest of everything. And that gives you a whole level of confidence that pushes you over, that gives people that trust in you, that enables you to just own it. And you will have a different outlook on the other people. And you're not going to be scared of them. And you're actually going to see that, wow, in this world, there is more than enough to go around. And if I do what I'm supposed to, great things will happen, right? And that is the other benefit to not being scared, to learning and trying. You know, are we seriously going to let the fear of practicing phone calls with other people so that way when in real life people come back at you, because they are going to happen? Would you rather practice in a controlled setting to really fine tune and become good at it? Or are you going to always practice out there where it's literally may or may not cost you money and impact your life? You can practice 1,000 times here for free and then go make your calls and dominate them, right? And if you practiced 1,000 times, are you going to have a little more confidence or a better attitude when you actually go to make those calls? Absolutely, right? That's where the practice comes in. That's where working on your craft and taking pride in it gives you a better mindset. The moment you think you know everything, what is that saying? You're either learning and growing or you're dying. That's it, you know? And if you're not working and trying to become better, you're dying as an agent. The market will move on. The methods, the best practices will move on. Stay up to date, right? And if you love what you do, it changes everything. Those of you who haven't sold homes yet, stick with it. Call. And the moment you walk into a house and you have that person who finds the perfect home, that will give you the mindset. How many wins have you enabled yourself to have to begin with? You know, you got to overcome a struggle, or you got to do a task to have a win, right? And if we're preventing ourselves from ever doing that task or working that hard or finding that goal or really, really struggling and working for something, you're never going to have that win. You're never going to develop that confidence. So you got to just be willing to put yourself out there. And to practice being a realtor up front is one of the easiest ways to put yourself out there. I know here at Breakthrough, we've got a bunch of agents that would love to just chat and become better. And that's what we do. So the right mindset has to do with being, in my opinion, being positive, anticipating the wins, right? If you're calling or knocking on a door and let's say you don't know why, right? What's going to come from that? Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Owner. How's it going? My name's Josh. I'm a realtor. I have this house over here. It's listed. We're going to be doing open house this weekend. Want to come on by? What was the plan there? You know, did you have an intent when you first went into it, right? And that intent has everything to do with your mindset. Is your intent to check in? Because that's your mindset. So you will just check in. Is your intent to get an appointment? Because if your intent is that, that's where your mindset is, and that's what will happen, right? So if you're going to be knocking on doors, what do you want to do from that? Are you trying to impress them? Are you trying to get them to come to your open house? Are you trying to get a listing? Are you inviting them to something else? Are you trying to keep them updated on the market? Are you trying to lay a seed that you're going to cultivate? What is your purpose for every single contact? Your mindset will dictate it. And guess what? Phone calls, guys. In a world full of internet leads that are about as cold of leads as you can get, you know, in some cases, your mindset will dictate everything. Do you think you have good leads? Or do you think you have bad leads? Are these going to turn into sales? Or are these a waste of time? Are these going to make you a fortune? Is this next person you call going to be the one? And then the very next person you call, are they the one? And then the next one is the one. There's no way to dictate which one's going to be the one. That's why they all have to be. And that is the beauty of it at the same time. If you have that eternal optimism where every single call can be the next one, you're going to convert more than anybody else ever, because you enabled every single opportunity in front of you to come through. And that will set you aside from every other agent out there. Seriously. Having that right mentality where, okay, I'm calling these people to get an appointment. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, thank you so much for using our website. You know, our market is hopping. And I saw you looked at that home there on Bird Street. What did you think about it? What was it that jumped out at you? And then you just keep them going. And you're steering that path. But notice how I called. Hey, Mr. Miss Smith, you know, you came to my website, and I see that you were looking at homes, and you know, where are you going with that? Are you confident? Are you excited? Are they going to be excited to work with you? Your mindset transfers through. You know, I've been, oh man, because I wear my, you know, my heart on my sleeve. I'm victim of it a lot. If people are so used to me being like, hey, that when I have a bad day, it shines through. And I have to be very careful because my tone, my attitude, just my everything changes. And it literally impacts everybody around me. And I get accused of being angry sometimes. And it's like, oh my gosh, no. I just don't feel good. I'm so sorry, you know? And unintentionally, just by not feeling great, it impacts people, right? And so if you need to be whatever it is to accomplish whatever your goal is, do it. If you need to stand up to give yourself that extra, you know, bravado or, you know, that stuff. I love this. One of my old managers over at Dillard's years ago, one of the coolest guys ever. He used to make us go in the back. And yes, I used to sell ladies' shoes, by the way. So he used to make us sit in the back on a shoe display and sit there, right? You're all pissy or whatever. And he's like, okay, smile. And it's like, no, I'm not going to smile. He's like, no, smile. And it's like, no, man, I'm pissed. I don't want to smile. He's like, no, sit there and smile. For 5 minutes, you got to smile. And he just sit there right in front of you until you did. So it's like, okay, fine. So you're saying, and within a minute, you can't help it. You cannot make this face and not have it affect your body. Your smile affects your physiology. It's crazy. So even in the worst of anything, you can actually sit down and force yourself to smile, and it will physiologically affect you. At any point in time, we can change the way we feel if we're aware of it. And you got to thank people that are around you that know you better than yourself. It's like, you know, hey, calm down there, go chill out, go take a break, whatever. You know, more often than not, they're right. And that's if we listen and actually just drop our walls and be honest with ourselves for a few minutes, we will see the light at the end of the tunnel and figure out what we need to do, right? And if we are truly, truly honest with ourselves and have no walls, you will know why you may or may not have done some things that you know you need to be doing, and figure out why that is. Are you staying up too late? Are you watching too much TV? Are you watching too much news? Is your diet terrible? Are you not taking care of your body physically? You know, are you surrounding yourself with negative people? You know, there's that honored thing where take the 5 people you surround yourself, and that's you. You know, who are your 5 people? Are they making your life a better thing, or are they taking you down? Are you reading books? You know, are you learning more about how to be a better realtor? Are you doing your training? Are you keeping yourself to a schedule? Do you have an accountability partner? You know, are you meditating? Are you, there's a billion things we can be doing. Are you tackling as many of those to make sure you are the best you can be? So I have this other article here. I think it was this one. Yeah. Okay. From Psychology Today, their article says that you need to, number one, capitalize on the power of positive thinking. Doctor says that even if you're not completely feeling it, you should fake it until you make it. By merely acting more optimistic, you're likely to be more engaged in the process and the outcome, and are less likely to give up after an initial failure. Number two, says spend a few minutes at the end of your day writing down your positive experiences. The exercise will help you end each day on a strong positive note. Number four, they say reframe your negative thoughts into positive thoughts. This one's tough. Find something good about what you're doing. What can you learn from the experience that will help you grow and learn from it? Right? That one's hard. Reframing negative thoughts into positive thoughts. I'm terrible at math. Good job. You are. I'm good at math. I'm great at math. I used to be bad at math. There you go. I used to be bad at math, but now I'm good. I used to have a terrible memory, but now I have a great memory. Reframing those negative thoughts, put an end to it and rephrase it. You are what you say you are, truly. Okay, spend time with positive people. Yes, optimism definitely can be contagious. Avoid negative people whenever possible, and if you can't avoid them, develop strategies to help you limit your exposure to them as much as possible. That's another great one. As an agent, we help people do one of the most stressful things ever. What do they say? It's one of the top 4 or 5, right? You have death, marriage, public speaking, and then buying a house. Pretty much, I think that was that was it. And what you find is that it brings out the best in people or the worst in people. There's going to be clients that you love to help, and it's like, man, I wish every client could be you. It's the most amazing experience in the world. And then you have other people that, just it brings out the worst. Stress brings out people. There you go. Right? How are you going to cope with that? How do you cope with that? Are you that stressed out person? One of the best things too, all things being equal, you have one client and you have 2 agents. Okay. This person can do the job. So can this person. This person's fun, happy, and will make it a pleasurable experience. This person will get you through, but it's just going to be the experience. All things being equal, who's going to pick who? Somebody that's going to make it fun and better and exciting and a more pleasurable experience. Obviously, if you can remove the stress as much as possible from the experience, it makes it a lot more pleasurable, right? So that's you broadcasting your whole experience and your knowledge and your process to your people. Are you going to broadcast that fun, happy, exciting, confident, knowledgeable person, or are you broadcasting a stressed out, overwhelmed, not scheduled person? Same thing too when it comes to follow-up mindset, right? So many. You're going to call right up front. Let's say you get a new lead, right? And the new lead comes in. You should be calling them, but what happens? What is that first one? Oh, you know what? I'll call him in 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to finish up what I'm doing here really quick. Okay, 2 or 3 minutes goes by. Oh man, you know what? They're probably not on their computer anymore. Let's call them back in a little bit. Then a little bit comes by. You know what? They're at work probably right now. So let's call back later. Okay, the next morning. Geez, well now it's been 24 hours and I haven't even called them. So they're probably going to be mad at me or something like that. It's like, what? Before you know it, you just totally psyched yourself out and you never called them. What actually just occurred? Nothing. That was all in your brain, right? Our mindset, and I don't know who created the term, but the drunk monkey, right? That drunk monkey is that person think on your back, on your shoulders, whatever it is, doing all of those negative thoughts. Hey, I should work out. Yeah, but you're tired. I'm going to go make some phone calls. Yeah, but they're going to reject you. I'm going to go knock on doors. Nobody wants to answer door knocking. I mean, it's all those negative thoughts, right? Oh, I'm going to teach a class. Oh, you don't know how to teach. Whatever it is, it's all those negative thoughts that just exist in your mind. That's the drunk monkey. Let's get rid of that drunk monkey moving forward. Okay, so let's come back. Let's see. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't control. That's a good one. Focus on the here and now and the future. Although we all can hopefully learn from our mistakes, we can't change the past. So rehashing what happened is unproductive. It's good to learn. You need to figure out what you can learn and take with you, but you can't dwell on the past at all. They say some of the best sports people have the shortest memories, as in, Babe Ruth would get up there, strike out how many times? But every single time he would get up there trying to hit that grand slam or the home run. Michael Jordan missed more shots than anybody, but he had the shortest memory than anybody either. He would not let that prevent him from taking the next game-winning shot. Okay? Reduce and try to eliminate negative language from your vocabulary. Replace phrases such as "I can't" or "that's never going to work" with "I'll try" or "let's see how that will work out." These are some pretty good tips. That's from Psychology Today. And who is the person here? Sherry Bird Carter, and follow Dr. Bird Carter. Yeah. So great article there. Now, let's go ahead and come back to Forbes did an article a while back, and they actually brought it to sales and how being an optimist affects sales, right? And so this basically says, starts off here, how is it that this powerful insight has not penetrated the sales world today? With all the testing, interviewing approaches, hiring methodologies, and more today, we're not talking about optimism? If we stop and think about it for a second, it makes sense. The job of a salesperson requires a tremendous amount of optimism. The world of sales constantly barrages salespeople with no's, uncertainty, challenges, rejection, blockers, anti-sales departments, sales managed pressure, etc. It's hard to believe any salesperson, regardless of their aptitude, could be successful without a tremendous amount of optimism. If you can't stay confident and positive in the face of all the challenges that is sales, your probability of success declines rapidly. You have to be optimistic. Now, for the golden nugget, in spite of the powerful research, the idea of optimism being a predictor of sales success, few are using it in their hiring process today. This author goes on to talk about how many recruits and how applicants and in their hiring in general, no companies are really asking about optimism, especially in the sales department, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because I agree. It has it's so important. So, yeah, that's kind of where they're talking about. In our office specifically, and I could trace this back for about three different brokerages that I've been at. You can give 4 different salespeople the exact same amount of leads, okay? And you can't obviously give them the literal same leads, but the same type of leads. So they're all kind of operating on the same platform, right? There will definitely be a fair amount that convert below average. There's going to be 1 or 2 that convert at average. And then there's always going to be that one that can convert at a much, much, much higher percentage, right? And in every single brokerage I've seen, the mentality of the ones who aren't performing literally comes back to blaming the leads, blaming the process, blaming all that. Yeah, the people are performing at average, which they're doing things, but they know that they're not doing everything that they should. Then you have this outlier over here that has all the confidence in the world and is trying to legitimately run and maximize every single thing. And they're not scared. And that big amount right there is that they're not scared of the judgment. They're not scared of being that thing. We know we're supposed to call our databases, but some people are scared to be salesmen, whereas this other person's not. We all know we're supposed to call our leads repeatedly. The people that do it get the successes. The people that don't, flat out. We all know we should, but these people will make excuses and end up not doing it. Whereas the people who call the 4 times get the rewards, right? The people who follow up with their leads over 6 months get those sales, right? Why is it that some people are stuck in these 2 categories and will never break free? I bring it back to the I call it kind of like the I call it the Cinderella or the Snow White thing. That person in almost every other job, right? And actors, that's all they do is that they put on that face and they're somebody else. Imagine if actors were self-conscious. That would be crazy, right? They put on the face and they literally embody. They could be a salesperson. They can be the biggest jerk in the world. They could be the funniest person. They put on that role, right? And they literally embody that person. Can you embody the perfect salesperson? Can you put on the face, put on the mask? I wake up, I just put on my uniform, my shirt and tie, boom. I'm now the salesperson. I'm going out. And right now, I'm Josh Ezel, the realtor. I'm not Josh Ezel, the dad. I'm not Josh Ezel, the best friend. I'm not Josh Ezel, the silly doofus, whatever. I'm Josh Ezel, the kick butt broker who knows how to make sales and take great care of his clients. And that's what I call people for, right? I could be silly. I can be fun. I could do all kinds of stuff. But right now, I'm trying to be the best broker I can be, and that's all I'm focused on. And that's the hat. Think, right? And if you judge me right now, I know you're not judging me as a father. I know you're not judging me as a friend. You'd be judging me as a broker, right? And that's one of the hats I put on, right? And I'm trying to be the best broker I can be. So I'm learning everything I can. Daily, I'm waking up trying to be the best broker I can be. As an agent, when you make that phone call, are you able to make that distinction between, are they saying no to Bob the builder, or are they saying no to Bob the realtor, the dad, the whoever? I don't know why I said Bob the builder. Are you able to make the calls as Jennifer the agent who's awesome, or are you Jennifer the scared person who's afraid people are going to say no? Which one are you providing to them? Even if they say no 1,000 times, does that make you less of a person? No. Does that make you tougher? Probably. And if you're practicing every single time they say no, getting better at your objection handlers, are you going to get more and more confident actually with each and every no? As opposed to one no. Hey, I'm just looking. Oh, I'm so sorry. Click. I know thousands of realtors that would actually be the end of the phone call. And I know for a lot of you listening right now, that is by no means that end of that phone call. That's one. Bring them on. Bring them on. Keep going. Oh, you're looking 6 months out? That's fantastic. Do you know your average person is looking 6 months out? I see you're looking at that home on Bird Street. What was it about it that jumped out at you? Oh, it's got a big blah, 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 blah. But, we're not so sure about our financing. Oh, great. Financing is one of the biggest hurdles most buyers do have. Are you currently working with a lender? If not, I have a great one I could refer you to. Would you mind if I had them reach out to you? There are so many. You could boom, 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 boom. And there would have been several times that they could have answered in there and kept him on the process. But that's just an example of what can be a no and a game ender for one person can literally be one of about 100 steps that lead to a yes for that person with the right mindset, who's willing to overcome, who's willing to learn, who's excited to fail. And I say fail loosely because you only fail if you quote unquote gave up. If you just used it as a learning tool and kept going, you never failed, you learned, right? Would you call Michael Jordan a failure? No, but he missed how many? Let's see here. I have 9,000 shots in his career. 26 times he's missed the game-winning shot. 26 times. Would you call him a failure? No. How many other people do you think in the NBA have been entrusted once or twice, maybe missed both of those times, and have never taken that third shot to win the game? Yeah, Michael Jordan has missed 26 of them. I'd say your average would have affected themselves after about 2 or 3. Think about that. What's 26 fails over the course of 1,000? You just won 974 more. Are you a failure? Heck no. You're a rock star. Practice being that rock star. Make your 1,000 calls. Be that awesome person. You can still be that awesome person. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure if we could actually play these other videos here. So I had some other cool stuff to show, and I'm not sure I'll be able to, unfortunately, because of this. So anyway, yeah, we'll go and make this a kind of shorter, quick training, and we'll do another one on when I could actually figure out how to do these videos and actually share some of the videos that I have saved. We got some great stuff on mindset. If you haven't yet, please like our channel, follow us on YouTube. We got so many great videos on there. We do trainings every single week, and I do pull from as many of the great minds on our site. I think I pulled over 100 agent interviews, so you can learn what the best agents do, and you're going to find that the mindset of them has everything to do with their success. I mean, if you even watch any of like Denzel Washington, Tom Bilyeu, so many people. What's his name? Goggins, David Goggins. Oh my gosh, that guy's mindset is amazing. That guy is a beast made of steel, seriously. So anyway, guys, hope this was good, quick training. Have a great day. Good luck. Go make a lot of sales and have that awesome mindset.